So hello everyone, this is week 10 and we are going to start with the last topic of Swing 2, which is the graphics class. So let's start with it. First of all, let's talk about the coordinate system for the graphics object. We know that our screen, how the coordinates are defined. Okay, alright. So when drawing the objects on the screen, Java uses a coordinator system where origin point 0, 0. So for example, this is our screen. This is our screen, the upper left corner of the screen. So this is the upper left corner. This is 0, 0. That means x-axis and y-axis is 0, 0 over here. Now as we start moving towards horizontal, the x coordinate starts increasing in the positive direction. So this is the x coordinate, and as we start moving down vertically, y becomes positive and the value of y starts increasing. All coordinates are normally positive. Units and sizes, they are in pixel, and the area that we are going to use for drawing is J-frame or J-panel. So the coordinate system is 0, 0. So for example, if I have coordinate system 10, 20. So 10 is x-axis is 10 and y-axis is 20. So x may be 10 if it's 0, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 lies over here, maybe something over here. Maybe something over here, and 20 may lie over here. So this is the point where a starting point on my screen. This is how you can determine the coordinate system. So for example, if I have for example something like this, 45 and 30. So 45 is the x value and 30 is the y value. So how it will be? Start moving. So we are just going to have an approximate idea. So 45 will be because it was 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So maybe something over here, 45, and 30 maybe something over here. So this will be the intersection. This will be the starting point from where my line or the object will be drawn. This is how you can determine the coordinate system, or you can have an idea of the coordinate system while you are drawing drawing something on the screen. So the top left corner of the screen is always 0, 0, and when we start moving towards the right, that is x-axis, positive x-axis, and towards down of the screen, it's positive y-axis. Alright, so the point xy is located x pixels in from the left edge of the screen and down y pixels from the top of the screen. So when placing a rectangle on the screen, the location is upper left corner is specified, and when placing a figure other than a rectangle on screen, Java encloses the figure in an imaginary rectangle, which is called as the bounding box. So for example, it's given over here. So 250. So 200 is the x-axis, positive x direction, and 150 is the y direction. So 200 maybe something lies over here, pixel, and 150 lies. So this is the intersection point, and my figure will start to be drawn from this point. Almost all swing and swing related components and containers, they have the paint method. So we are going to use the paint method when we are going to draw with the swing. So paint draws the component or the container. It is already defined and is called automatically. However, it must be redefined in order to draw the geometric figures like circles and the boxes. When redefined, it must always include super dot paint method, and the component or the object is passed as the parameter. Every container and component that can be drawn on the screen has an associated graphics object. The graphics class is an abstract class which is found in the AWT package. It makes possible for the Java programmer to draw simple geometric shapes, print text, position images within the borders of a component such as frame or panel. So the object has a data specifying what area of the screen component or container covers. Normally we use JFrame. The method paint of the graphics class. The method object G of the class graphics can be used as calling the object for drawing method, and drawing will then take place inside the area. Method paint has a parameter G of type graphics. So we are going to make an object of the graphics G when we are going to call the paint method. When the paint method is invoked, G is replaced by the graphics object, which can be a JFrame or the JPanel, and hence the figures are drawn inside the frame. Alright, moving ahead. So we have many methods for the, we can draw line, we can draw oval, we can draw rectangle, we can draw a string also. All these methods are defined in your slides, but I am going to use my own document. Later on, I will browse through the slides for the parts which are not covered over here. Alright, so we have already learned what is the graphics. Graphic object controls the visual appearance of the swing component. Most swing components have built-in appearance, but JPanel has none except for the uniform background. So there are certain methods which we will use for drawing the objects. Set color method, and inside we are going to pass the object of the color class. It will help us to choose the color. Set font method, and inside we are going to pass the object of the font class. Draw string method. Here we can draw a string, draw a text, and it takes 3 parameters. Text, whatever you want to write, X and Y parameter. Draw line, draw rectangle, draw rounded rectangle, oval, arc, fill rectangle, rounded rectangle, fill oval, fill arc. So these are all the methods that we are going to discuss. I am going to do some demo programs for each of these methods, and side by side I am going to explain you how these methods work. So let's start with our first program. We want to draw a line in green color. First of all, I will draw a line, and then I will use the color. So let's start with our JCreator. Alright, so let's make a program. I'm going to make it as example 1. Okay, let me just choose my directory. Okay, so I will make it as example 1. Alright, now we can do it with both frame and panel. I will prepare this program with first of all panel, and then I will do it with the frame. Normally in your book, it is used with the frame, but we can make it with the panel. So I will first of all explain with the panel, and then we will do almost all the programs with the frame, because your book goes accordingly with the frame. But you must know how to use the panel also. So I will explain with the panel first of all, and the same program I will do with the frame also. Alright, so what are the classes I need? I'm not going to use color for a while. Okay, we can use the color also, because import javax.swing.star and AWT, because my color is in the AWT and the frame is there. Java.awt.star. Alright, so these are the 2 classes that we need. Graphics, because graphics and color lies in AWT, and frame and panel lies in the swing class. So I can make it as swing.star. Alright, public class example 1 extends JPanel. The first program I am going to do with the JPanel. I will do the same program with the frame also. Now in the frame class we have the method called paint. Whereas in the JPanel class, we have the method called paint component. Both work in the same way. In both the methods, if you see over here, in the frame we have the paint method and it takes the object of the class graphics. But in the panel, we have the method called paint component and it takes the object of the graphics class. So work in the same way, but the method is different. So what I am going to do, first of all, I am going to call the method public void paint component and here I am going to create a object of the class graphics. Alright, now I need to draw a line. Let's go over here. What is the syntax of creating a line? So this is the syntax for creating a line. Alright, so this is the syntax for creating a line. So draw line. So it takes 4 parameters. Starting position x1, y1, x2, y2. So what is starting position and what is the ending position? So let's just go back over here and let's just take draw line. It draws a line between the points x1, y1 and x2, y2. So for example, if I say like how it will work, I draw a line, maybe x1, y1, I take 10, 20, 30, 40. So my starting position is x is 10, maybe from here, y is 20, maybe from here. So this is my starting point. Ending point is 30 and 40. So maybe 30 is here and 40 is here. Maybe 40 is here. So that is my ending point. So this way line will be drawn. Alright, let's just make this program. Let's make this program, how to make it. So now what we are going to do, alright, so we are going to draw a line. I'm not going to set a color. Later on I will set a color. So g dot draw line. If you can see, this is the method draw line. I will take the same parameters 10, 20, 30, 40. I'm not going to set any color. So I'm done. Now I have to write the main method. I will write the main method over here. Public static void main. String args. Now if you can recall from the swing 1, our frame is the upper level component, panel is the lower level component. We need to put panel on a frame. So now in the main method, what I need to do, I need to create an object of the frame class and then I need to set the properties. So let's do it. So let's create an object of the JFrame class. JFrame f1 is equals to new JFrame, because my frame is the top level container. I need to set the properties of the I need to set the properties of the frame class. So I need to add f1 dot add new example, because I need to make an object of this class. I need to make an object of this class also, and I need to attach panel on the frame. Or you can create an object of the example class and then you can add it to the frame. Then I need to set the size. F1 dot set size, maybe 500 by 500. set default close operation, set default close operation, jframe dot exit on close, and then set visible property to true. So this is how we can make use of the panel, how we can draw a panel. Sorry, it's example 1 over here. So if you see, line has been drawn like this. This is the way how I draw the line. Alright, if I take it to be, for example, maybe 80 and 100, let's understand how it will be drawn. I will go back over here. So like this my line was drawn. So 10, 20, 80 and 100. So how it will be drawn, let's just check it. So this is the screen. 10, 20, 10 maybe lies over here, 20 may be lie over here. So this is my starting point. 80 and 100. So 80 may lie over here. Let's assume 100 may lie over here, somewhere here. So this is the intersection point. Now again the line will be same like this. Let's just check it. 80 and 100. Line will be bigger now. So the line is bigger now. You can see it. Alright. You can make this line like this also. Example 1. Ex is equals to new. Example 1. Alright, then f1 dot add ex, because you need to add panel on the frame. As we know that frame is a top level container and panel is the lower level container. So this is just a shortcut of saying it, right? Okay, now we want to set a color. My color is in the AWT package. I have already imported that package. Now if I want to set a color, the rule is I must set a color before I draw something. So before I draw a line, I must set the color. Set color, color dot red. So if you see, now the line has been drawn in red color. So first of all you need to set the color, then draw the component. So for example, if I make the color over here, set color, color dot green, my line will not be drawn in green color. It will be drawn in red color only, because if I set the color after drawing some figure, it will have no effect. Okay, so it's done. Now let's try to draw another line over here. G dot draw line. Maybe I draw from 0, 0 and 90, 90. So my second line will be drawn in the green color. So if you see over here, I have a second line just parallel to it, which is drawn in the green color. So this is how I can do with the panel class. Now I can use the frame class also. Your book uses the frame class. Your book uses the frame, but you can do any way you want. Now what I have to do, I have to make it over here JFrame. Instead of JPanel, I have to make it over here JFrame. Then I have to define a constructor. First of all, public example1 Now in this constructor I need to set the properties. So what I will do, I will just remove this. I will just set the properties. So I need to remove it. Set visible, I can set in the main method. I will make it in the main method. Alright, and what I have a super keyword also, or set title also. Super drawing lines. Alright, so what else we have now? Here we have the paint component. So here we have the paint method. It's not the paint component method. We are going to pass the object of the graphics class, and same thing we are going to do, but here we have to call the super.paint method. This is what we need to call super.paint method and pass the object over here. This is the difference. Now when I go to the main class, in the main class I will just make a object of my class and set the visible property to true. So what I have done, let me explain you. I have extended from the JFrame. I made a constructor. Here I set the properties of the frame, title, set size, set default, control operation. Then I made a paint method. In the paint method I pass the object of the graphics class. Then we need to write super, we need to call the paint method of the super class, and then whatever we want to draw. Last one is in the main method, I just created an object of the class and set the visible property to true. Let's just compile it and check it. So it works the same way. So whatever you want, you can try. You can use either frame or you can use either panel, whatever you are comfortable with. Alright, moving ahead now. The second is we need to draw an oval in the blue color. So let's do this program. So we need to draw the oval in blue color. What is the method? X, Y, width and height. What is width and what is height? Here we need to specify width and height. We don't have any method to draw a circle. I will tell you how to draw a circle. Alright, I will make a program. I will copy this code. Example 2. Okay. I will copy this code. And this one is example 2. So what is the name of my program? It's drawing oval. Draw oval in blue color. Draw oval in blue color. Size was too big before, so 300, 400. I'm going to set the properties of the frame. Now let's go to this. So here I need to set the color dot blue. I'm going to remove all this. So what is the method? Let me just check. This is the method over here. Let me just pass it as a comment. So G dot draw oval XY, let's take it as 50, 100, 90, 40. So this is X and Y starting, and what should be the height and what should be the width, how it should be drawn. Alright, that's it. Now I will make an object. That's it. I'm done. Let's just check it. G dot set color over here. Alright, so let's just check it. So an oval is drawn. Now let me just make it as height and width the same. Let's see what happens. So it draws a circle. We don't have any method to draw a circle. If you want to draw a circle, you need to make height and width exactly the same, so it will draw a circle. So there is no method, draw a circle. With the help of draw oval method, you can draw a circle. In this case, you can keep height and width to be the same. Rest all remains the same. Alright, moving ahead. Example 3. Example 3. Let me finish with these examples and then I will go to the slides. Whatever will be left in the slides, I will explain you everything. So let's just check. Fill the oval with blue color. Now fill oval, fill method for anything, whether it is a fill rectangle, fill arc, fill will always draw and fill it with some specified color. So let's understand how this fill oval works. We need not to specify. It will draw as well as it will fill it with that color. So we need not to call the method draw oval. Fill oval will fill the color, draw the oval also and fill it with that particular color. So let's make it example 3. Example 3, fill oval. So it's fill oval and it's fill oval. Alright, so what I'm going to do over here, I set the color. Instead of draw oval, I will make it as fill oval. I will just change the name of the program here. That's it. So fill oval will draw the oval also as well as fill it with the color that is specified by the user. So if you see, it has drawn the oval also as well as filled the oval also. It's a circle because height and width are the same. If I change it like 50-90, now it will be a oval. So very simple programs, not much complicated. If you see over here, now it's a oval. So fill method draws the oval also as well as fills it with the same color also. Alright, moving ahead. Example 4. Example 4. I'm going to copy all this. So what we need to do over here, example 4, draw a rectangle in red color. So let's just check what is the method. Draw rectangle, x and y is the starting position, width and height is the length and width of the rectangle. So okay, so I will copy over here the method. Draw rectangle. This is example 4. Example 4. Draw rectangle in red color. Draw rectangle in red color. Alright, I will make the color as red. So my method is draw rect. It's not draw rectangle. Draw rect. Now I need to pass the parameters. So I need 50 and 100, maybe the same position. I can use the same parameters, 4 and 4. I can use the same parameters. So it will start from 50 and 100. X-axis will be 50, y-axis will be 100, and height will be 50, and width will be 90. So the first parameter is, sorry, width will be 50 and height will be 90. So something like this. Let me just go to the next slide. Let's just try to draw it, how it will look like. Okay, so something like this. If I have the screen, I am starting from 50 and 100. So maybe this is 50, this is 100. So maybe from here it will start. Now, the first parameter is the width. Width is 50. So from here it will move towards x-axis as the 50. So maybe from here it's 50 and height is 90. So from here it will be 90. Maybe down more down. So this is how the rectangle will be drawn. Alright, let's check it. Let's check it out. Draw rectangle in red color. So it's draw rectangle in red color. Width will be less, 50, and height is more. Alright, now if I keep the width and height the same, we don't have any square method, draw square method. So if I keep height and width the same, it will be a square. So it's a square. We don't have any square method, just like we don't have any circle method. Alright, now let's go for example 5, rounded rectangle. So the corners will be rounded in this case. Example 5. Alright, I will just copy. You can try with the J panel also. What's my question? Rounded rectangle in red color. Draw rounded rectangle. Now what is the syntax? Height, width, and arc height and arc width. So it takes two more parameters which specifies, because the corners have to be rounded. So what should be the arc at the corners? What should be the height and width of the arc at the corner? This is what this is something, an additional parameter which we need to specify over here. So let's just try to give some numbers over here. Okay, let's start it from here, 90, 40 maybe, and any number 30, 40. So this is the width and this is the width and this is the arc height, and my method is draw round rect. Alright, so I will just create an object of this class. So if you see, the corners are rounded now. You can specify if you don't want such rounded, you don't want a larger width, you can specify a lesser number for the width, maybe 20 or maybe 15. So if you see, it's lesser, and even the height also, if you want to specify as 10, less height and less width. So it depends upon your requirements. So this is how I have specified as less height. So this is how you can draw a rounded rectangle. moving ahead, what is my question number 6? Fill a rectangle with yellow color and fill a rounded rectangle with yellow color. So I have the method called fill rectangle. So example 6, I will copy the code from example 4 only, because so fill rectangle with yellow color, fill rectangle in yellow color. So this is example 6. Alright, let's check what is the syntax. Fill rectangle, same thing, just I have to use fill rect instead of draw rect. Okay, so this is my, so set color, I will set it to yellow, and instead of draw rect I need to make a method fill rect. Then I need to make an object of the class, set the visible method to true, and that's it. So it's a fill rectangle. So it will draw the rectangle also, it will fill the rectangle also, just like we have the fill oval method. Going ahead, example 7. It's a rounded rectangle. So I will copy this. Let's check what we want to do over here. Fill a rounded rectangle with blue color. Okay, fill rounded rectangle in blue color. Alright, so what is my syntax? Same syntax, just instead of draw round rect, it's fill round rect. Alright, so it's in blue color. Set the color to blue, fill. I need not to have draw method, only fill method. So it will draw also as well as it will fill it with the color. Yes, here I have an error. So this is how we can fill a rounded rectangle. Alright, moving ahead. 8. Draw a string in red color. We need to draw a string. Almost it will look similar to you like writing a string, but we are drawing a string now. Example 8. Draw a string in red color. So I can copy maybe this. Okay, example 8. Example 8. Draw a string in red color. Draw a string in red color. Alright, so what is the method? Let me just check. Let's check the method. Draw string. So the string and the starting and the ending position. This is the method. We can set a font also. Later on I will explain. So my method is draw string. Draw string. First of all is my string, whatever I want to write. Let's understanding graphics in Java. Then I need to specify the x and y position, maybe 30 and 60. I need to make an object. This is 8. So understanding graphics in Java, this is how you can draw a string with a specified color. You can set a font also. Later on I will come to font when I discuss in the slides, because font method we have in the slides. I will use the font method also. Alright, going to example number 9. The last method is draw arc. So we have draw arc method. Example 9. And what we want to do, we want to draw an arc in blue color. Draw an arc in blue color. Okay, so I need to set the color to blue. Alright, now let's check what is the method for drawing an arc in blue color. Draw arc. Draw arc method. So it has x, y starting and the ending position. What should be width of the arc, height of the arc, what should be the start angle and the angular extent. So these are the 6 parameters that you need to specify. Alright, now let's first of all draw. I will explain this method also. The method is draw arc and it takes 6 parameters. The first one is starting point, maybe 30 and 40. Next is height and width, maybe 100 and 150. Height and width, it should be width and height. Next is the start angle and the angular extent. So what should be the extent, how much it should go. Let me make it as 90 and 90. Okay, so I will make an object. Okay, let's just check it. So 90 and 90. Now let's understand how this arc method works actually. Okay, coming to this arc method, it draws a basically what is an arc? Arc is a part of the oval. So draw arc method, why we have height, width and height parameter, actually x and y, width and height, it draws an invisible rectangle specified by xy, height and width, and then the portion of the oval is drawn given by the last 2 parameters. So if I go back, now what it will do, for example, we gave the parameters 30 and 40. So let's assume that 30 and 40 start from here. So it will draw a invisible rectangle, and then 90 and 90, that means my arc should start at 90 and then it should sweep to the 90 degree. So it draws the portion of the invisible oval. Alright, let's try with some another parameter. For example, if I make a 0 over here, 0 to 90, let's see what happens. So it starts from 0 degree, starts from 0 degree and sweeps through an angle of the 90 degree. Basically it draws a portion of the invisible arc. Alright, now same thing we have for the last program, which is the last program is the fill arc with the red color. So my last example 10. So I will just use this program. Okay, example 10. Fill arc with red color. Fill an arc in red color. Alright, so I need to set the color over here as red. It should be fill arc and rest all parameters should be same. Let's check it. Fill arc, XY, height, width, start angle and angular extent. Rest all should be the same. Now I am going to make an object over here. Red. Okay. Let me yeah, it was not fill arc, it's draw arc. So I need to have the method fill arc. So this is a fill arc method. It will just make a pie shaped. So these are all the methods of the graphics class that we will be using. Now let's go to the slides and check what are the more methods. Okay, so let's move to the slides. Alright. Here is an example of drawing a very simple smiley face. Basically what you have to do for the smiley face, you have to draw a circle, then you have to draw two lines, and here you have to draw the arc. Now for the arc you need to set a negative sweep method. So you can go through this program and try to do this one. The instructions are given over here how you can do it. So these are the various methods which we have done: draw line, draw rect, fill rect. Draw 3D rect also works like the same. Fill 3D rect. All these methods we have already done. Alright, drawing oval we have already done, how to draw an oval. So here is an example of the happy face. You can try to do it by yourself. Drawing an arc, arcs are described by giving an oval and then specifying a portion to be used for the arc. We have done for the arc also. So this is how the arc works. 0 and 90, this is the start angle and this is the sweep angle. Same thing, you can specify the negative angle will move towards the down. Alright, rounded rectangle we have done. Okay, paint component, I have explained you how to make it for the panel. J panel is a component, but a frame is a J component, but a frame is a component, not a J component. So figures drawn on the can be drawn on the J panel and then it has to be placed on the J frame. The method used with the J panel is the paint component method. So I have already explained you how you can use a panel also instead of a frame. So if you want to use a panel, you can use the panel for the same program, or you can use a frame with the same program. That's your choice. Alright, so this is a program where you have divided it into two panels. You can set the background color also. Here they have set the background color of the panel to yellow. So just setting the background color to yellow. Alright. Repaint method, action drawings and repaint method. Suppose you want to have a button and then you want to change some parameters, you can have it. So repaint method should be invoked when the graphics content of a window is changed. So when you want to change some graphics content of the window, then the repaint method should be invoked. So the repaint take care of some overhead and then invokes the paint method. Repaint method should be explicitly invoked, whereas paint method should not be explicitly invoked. So here there is an example. Let me just tell you what is an example over here. This is a face and this is a button at the bottom, call for a wink. So when this button is pressed, this eye is turned into a line, just like this, call for a wink. So what is done over here, let me just give you, so we have the action listener also. Now what is done over here in the constructor, wink parameter or wink variable is set to false. Okay, so wink is a boolean variable and it is set to false. Here with the wink button, action listener is added and it is to the south. Layout for the frame has been set as usual we do it. Then the face has been drawn, draw oval, fill oval. Now over here draw the left eye. If wink, then draw the line, otherwise it should be a oval. Then you draw the arc. So when over here when you click on the button, what happens is wink is set to true and repaint method is called. That means it should repaint it again or call the graphics class method again. So you can try to do this program by yourself. There are many other methods like validate and repaint. Repaint manager works automatically. There are few updates that it cannot perform validate and repaint. Another updating method is the pack. Pack resizes the window to something known as the preferred size. You can use the pack method to resize the window. Invocation of the validate causes the container to lay out its components again. So it's a kind of actually update method. Every container has the validate method, and if we make any simple changes to the Swing GUI, they can happen automatically, while some other updates may require the validate method or update method. So in that case we need to invoke the validate method. We have done this drawing a line over here. We have done. You can try this program by yourself. It's a happy face. Defining a color, standard colors, we have already learned in chapter 17. We can use the colors, and we have done the examples also for this. Moving ahead, all these are the colors which you can use it. Defining the colors, you can define a color also with some value between 0 to 255, or you can use the color constants also. Alright, so these are some methods in the color class. You can go through it, not that much. Okay, color chooser window. So basically you can choose your color. J color chooser can be used to allow choose a color. Show dialog method of the color chooser, it will produce a color. You need to select the value. So how to use it? You will create the object and J color chooser dot show dialog, and then you will pass this. This is an object of the color class, so you can pass the object of the color class. Here the program is given over here. So J color chooser belongs to the Swing. An object of the color is made and it is initialized to light gray over here. Alright, so in the constructor, button and the panels, the layout is set. So this is just for the layout. Now action performed is equals to choose a color. So you will use the show dialog method, this J color chooser and object of the color class. So if it is null, then get content not equal to null, sorry, set background to the sample color, whatever the user chooses. So you will get something like this, choose a color, and this color chooser window will open and you can select a color, and based on the color that you choose, the background will be painted in that color. Last one is the drawstring method. So drawstring method basically writes a text on the panel or on the frame. Alright, so we can choose the font also. We can choose the font also for drawing the string method. So what we have to do, we have to first of all declare a font object. Alright, and then we have to set the font for the drawString method. G.set font and whatever is the font object. Whatever the font you want to declare, whatever the size, the font style, the font method is basically the same we have done in the previous lecture. All right. Okay, let's try to use this font with the drawString method. So I will just copy this. I'll go to the program. This was my drawString method. I will create a font object over here. Let me just make it a F1. Sans serif or whatever you want to have. Let me make it bold. And point size is maybe 16. Alright, now here I have to use the method as specified over here, g.set font, and I will pass the font object. So g.set font, my font object is F1. So let's just check it out. So it has been changed, right? Let me make it 20. Alright, so I can create another font object also. For example, F2. Let me make it as Algerian font dot italic. Let me make it as 18. Alright, I will make another string. So I will make it to green color. I will draw another string with green color. Font is F2. And I just write graphics is easy, and then I write maybe I started from 70 and 150. So below, quite below and on the other corner. If you see over here, it starts from 70. Like it started from my first, it started from 30. So this is 30, it's 70, and 60 falls over here, so maybe 150 falls over here. So it started from here. So this is how you can write different lines of text in different fonts. Alright, so moving ahead, what are the other parameters, or what are the you can go through all these font methods. Alright, so that's all for the graphics class. We will have few programs coming up in the practical class. So thank you so much.